Welcome to Unwind and Sleep. Let go of your worries and let these affirmations guide you into a deep, peaceful sleep. Say these affirmations to yourself. Unwind and relax. I release all fear of not being enough. I release every belief that I am unworthy of success. I release the habits that keep me small. I release the past versions of myself that could not see their potential. I release the voices that told me I couldn't. I release the weight of old stories and limitations. I release overthinking and I welcome clarity. I release anxiety about what could go wrong. I release anything that blocks my confidence. I release all resistance to my highest good. I release procrastination and step into decisive action. I release perfectionism that stops my progress. I release fear of failure and I welcome learning. I release fear of success and I welcome expansion. I release doubt from my mind and heart. I release what no longer aligns with my purpose. I release confusion and embrace direction. I release hesitation and embody action. I release negative self-talk and choose encouragement. I release scarcity and call in abundance. I release lack and open myself to prosperity. I release every belief that money is hard to receive. I release struggle as my identity. I release tension from my mind and body. I release stress and embrace peace. I release competition and celebrate inspiration. I release comparison and stand in my uniqueness. I release jealousy and align with gratitude. I release impatience and trust divine timing. I release rushing and allow success to unfold naturally. I release pressure and invite flow. I release fear of change and welcome transformation. I release comfort zone thinking and embrace growth. I release people-pleasing and choose authenticity. I release guilt over wanting more. I release shame around my dreams. I release generational patterns that limit me. I release old money beliefs that do not serve my future. I release fear of being seen. I release fear of using my voice. I release fear of standing out. I release fear of disappointing others. I release fear of judgment. I release fear of rejection. I release emotional baggage I no longer need. I release the past and bless it for what it taught me. I release every burden that is not mine to carry. I release energy that doesn't belong to me. I release relationships that drain me. I release attachments to outcomes. I release doubt in my purpose. I release uncertainty and embody trust. I release fear around taking bold steps. I release hesitation when opportunities appear. I release worry about results. I release blocks around creativity and inspiration. I release all beliefs that success is difficult. I release unconscious patterns of self-sabotage. I release limits that others put on me. I release limits I put on myself. I release stories of not yet. I release stories of not capable. I release stories of not ready. I release the belief that I need permission to succeed. I release the need to be perfect before starting. I release doubt and choose action today. I release mental clutter and invite clarity. I release confusion and embrace inner knowing. I release distraction and cultivate focus. I release fear of being wrong. I release fear of making mistakes. I release fear of trying again. I release patterns that waste my time. I release cycles that keep me stuck. I release fear of the unknown. I release fear of the future. I release fear of change. I release fear of risk. I release insecurity and step into self-belief. I release hesitation and step into momentum. I release all that keeps me stagnant. I release everything blocking my next level. I release scarcity thinking from my mind. I release negative expectations from my energy. I release limitations from my imagination. I release emotional clutter from my spirit. I release all that does not support my success. I release small thinking and welcome expansion. I release worry around money. I release fear around wealth. I release discomfort around receiving. I release guilt around thriving. I release all beliefs that wealth is selfish. I release all beliefs that wealth is out of reach. I release every belief that something is missing. I release every belief that I lack resources. I release every belief that I lack opportunity. I release every belief that I lack support. I release every belief that I lack talent. I release every belief that I lack strength. I release every belief that I lack time. I release every belief that I lack clarity. I release every belief that I lack discipline. I release every belief that I lack confidence. I release every belief that I lack direction. I release every belief that I lack the ability to succeed. I release all resistance to success. I release all resistance to abundance. I release all resistance to receiving. I release all resistance to growth. I release everything that is not aligned with my highest potential.